Good evening, South Africa. Molweni nonke apha eMzantsi Afrika. Kwi-provinces zonke ndiyathemba uba nise-right. uThixo nikhusele. Mr. President, this is a direct message to you. We appreciate the fact that you took the initiative to do the lockdown. However, there's a problem. People that surround you, your advisors, when all this was done and planned, Black lives were not thought through properly. Black lives were not a part of the agenda. Upon your announcement as to that there's going to be a lockdown on Thursday midnight, what you then were supposed to do next, Mr. President, was that you will appreciate each and every company, each and every person that is employed somewhere and wherever they are, that they should be released literally earliest Tuesday, that their salaries should come in latest Wednesday. The fact that you're seeing all these queues that are out there right now, look at Bloemfontein Twin City, is the longest queue. Look at Hillbrow downtown, look at Soweto. People were only paid today, and yet already it's a shutdown. That's number one. Number two, the fact that people left Joburg into other provinces where they come from originally is because they could anticipate that every time they're going to want to get the essentials like they ought to, there's going to be a problem. Soldiers are going to beat them like we've seen. They're going to block them. They're going to send them back home. So unfortunately, your advisors, they've forgotten. Now that the parliament is in Cape Town, they're staying in these nice hotels, pepper clubs, this and that, with white bedding like the one I have behind me here. They forgot the circumstances of South Africans, majority of South Africans, how we live under. Show me how many Pick n Pays are in Soweto, how many Shoprite are in Bloemfontein, in the location. Now let's come to you, Minister Fikile Mbalula. Yes, you've cut the numbers down, but it doesn't make sense, this thing, that transport will only move from 5 o'clock until 9 o'clock. Then again from 4 o'clock afternoon. Fine, these people only got paid today. Only now they have the money. Some were able to wake up very early and go to stores and buy food. They come back, there's no transport. Transport is not moving. And yet they left kids at their homes. They left kids that are hungry. How are those children getting through while the parents are stuck in town? Tell me, you, Minister, are your children right now in that situation? Is their mother right now downtown waiting for transport? Waiting for 4 o'clock in order for them to have transport so that they can go back and fed for their kids. The issue is, guys, it's nice to sit around the conference table as the leaders of the world and everything. But you guys, your thoughts, you need to separate them. Your thoughts should not only be as you, as leaders, but take whatever that was decided upon. Let us implement it based on circumstances of South Africa. It's not working. People have traveled. People are standing in long queues. There's no social distance and everything. So the lockdown has been defeated from the onset, Mr. President. We will see it through. We will get it through. However, I'm hoping now that you've seen all these glitches, you guys are going back to the drawing table and sit around and let's go back to the drawing board and let's see where can we do it differently. Because the first thing that you need to master right now, since obviously the salaries when you're late, they were paid late, it is to make sure people are having these essentials. Make sure for the next 2-3 days, the focus into that on South African citizens, especially from all these locations and everything. Make sure they all have essentials. Then only then you will see a proper lockdown kicked in when people are fed. And as for the army, you guys, you need to be consistent. I saw you making people do a frog jump from the spaza, this and that. Yes, those with alcohol, scop and donor, as you put it. However, when it comes to people that you see, they're standing around the spaza. They want food at the spaza. They want bread. Why are you chasing them away? There's inconsistency. So, Mr. President, I plead with you, together with your leadership, let's go back to the drawing board. Let us sort the problem of essentials to our people. Let our people be fed. Let our people buy this food for the next 2-3 days. After that, you will see everyone will not resist to the lockdown. They're not resisting. It's mainly because they're hungry. Let's think better. Please, I'm hoping I can see changes, and indeed so, I will do a follow-up video should I see changes or if there's still problems. South Africa, be blessed and be safe. Good evening.